Are you looking for that last-minute holiday gift idea for the techie in your life? Well, technology blogger John Hanlon is here with some ideas for you. Welcome to the show, John.
Thanks, Gordy. Good to be here.
Good to have you. So you're a technology blogger, but I also understand that you have a podcast, right?
Right. That's primarily what I do. It's a 30-minute weekly podcast that focuses on technology news and especially the web and Google. It's called Google at a Glance.
Google at a Glance. So where would you find this? How would I find it on the internet? Just Google that and it would take me there,
You can
right?
do that and you'll find it that way, or you can go to my website, which is netcaststudio.com/Google, and you can find it there.
So, here we are down to the deadline. What's hot this holiday season in the world of technology?
Well, for a few years now, since the iPad came out, which is Apple's iPad, the tablet computer, tablets have been really hot, and again, they are this year. And in the technology world, there's not really any one product that's flying off the shelf and you can't find like there has been in the past. But tablets are probably the hottest item, and the most popular tablet would be the latest version of the iPad, which is the iPad 4.
And what makes this one better than the first three?
Well, it wasn't a huge upgrade. Apple didn't put a ton into it compared to the iPad 3, but it has an upgraded processor, and it's starting off at $500, which is the same price as the previous iPad for the base model. And with iOS, which is their operating system on the tablet and also on the iPhone, it still has more applications available that are geared directly toward tablets than any other tablet operating system. So the iPad, and it's also the simplest operating system. So it's a little bit higher priced than some other good tablets you might find, but it's got the most applications that are geared toward tablets, and the iPad 4, again, most of it just an upgraded processor from the previous one.
And did I hear something about the screen, the resolution is sharper or something?
Right. Apple has what they call their Retina screen. So the idea with that is that the resolution is so high that if it was any higher, there wouldn't be any difference. It's as high as the human eye can see. And that's been debated, but that's what they say. And so this has the Retina display on it.
Okay. What other things are hot this year?
So there's another tablet called the Nexus 10 that's actually put out by Google. It's made by Google, and it is $100 less than the iPad, coming in at $400. And again, that resolution, which just means the quality of the screen, how good the picture is on the screen, is actually a little bit better than the iPad. Now, whether you'll actually be able to tell that with the human eye, Apple says that, again, that they have the best looking screen, as good as the human eye can see. But the Nexus 10 here from Google, which is a 10-inch tablet just like the iPad, has a better resolution on the screen. And again, it doesn't have as many applications geared directly toward tablets like the iPad does. So that's something to take into consideration. But it's $100 less than the iPad also. Okay.
And I understand there's also the iPad Mini. That's out this year, right?
Right. So both of the Nexus devices and the iPad both have 7-inch versions. And though the iPad Mini is the brand new this year from Apple, and it is basically just a 7-inch version of the iPad. So really, I always say when you're buying something for yourself, go in and try it out. See which one you like better. If you want something smaller, want something larger, which operating system works best for you. That's what I always tell people when they're asking, which item should I get?
Okay. We only have a couple of minutes left, so but there are a couple more things I want to ask you about. First of all, the iPhone 5, that's hot.
Right. I'll try to go through these quickly. The iPhone 5 is Apple's new iPhone, and that is starting at $200, and they basically just made the screen a little larger at 4 inches. And then again, if you have the iPhone 4, I wouldn't suggest upgrading probably to the iPhone 5 because it's not that big of an upgrade.
Okay. And people are talking about the Samsung Galaxy S3.
Right.
Why is this such a big deal?
You might recognize it from the super popular TV ad that's been going around. It features people in line for the iPhone.
It's pretty funny.
Yes, it is pretty funny.
Yeah.
And the Galaxy S3 is $250, and it has a 4.8-inch screen, so much larger screen than the iPhone. And it has a couple cool features. It has 4G, which is just a faster network that it connects to from with cell phone companies. And it also has a cool thing that you can actually unlock the phone just by looking at it. So you just push the power button and it sees your face, and instead of typing in a password, it will unlock the phone just from your face.
And this is the phone you can touch it with another phone and instantly download all your personal information to somebody you've never met before?
It can work that way. Primarily it's to share photos and videos and that type of thing, but it can work that way.
And then now you brought these gloves along. Let's quickly demonstrate. What are these called?
These are touchscreen gloves, and the idea with these is that you are able to use a touchscreen device in the cold.
So they're just like regular gloves, except a couple of the fingers and the
Right.
thumb there have
They have little something. I'm not exactly sure what it is they have in there.
Okay,
Something in there that allows it to
magic thread.
And you can see
Okay.
here that it.
Yeah. We'll
And
take a look.
they allow
look at
you
that.
to use the use your touchscreen while
Makes
if you're out in the cold where you normally wouldn't be able to.
Very good. And then quickly before we go, the Wii U. What's that?
Yes, the Wii U is the latest latest version to the Wii game system. So the original Wii was super popular, and it was one of the most popular game systems ever. And it has a new version out, which primarily the upgrade here is that it has a standalone little handheld device that works with it. So it's similar to, if you're familiar with a Game Boy or a PSP, just a handheld gaming device, but it connects with the Wii system, and so you can do a little bit more with that.
Very good. Well, John, thanks for coming in. And again, your podcast, how do people find it? What's the name of it?
netcaststudio.com/Google, and it is Google at a glance.
Very good. John Hanlon, thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Happy holidays.
You too.
Coming up, we're going to find out what fun activities the St. Joe County Parks Department has planned for the winter season. Stay with us.